Aviation enthusiasts and historians alike immortalize this machine in echoing praises. Not just an ordinary aircraft, but a legend, the Spitfire was an agile fighter and adaptable to multiple roles throughout World War II. This icon, perhaps most infamous for its role in the Battle of Britain in 1940, defended British skies against the Luftwaffe and helped turn the tide of the war. A machine of elegance and power, crafted to dominate the skies, what did this revolutionary aircraft accomplish that turned its life story into the stuff of legends? Welcome to Historical Digs, where we explore the untold stories of history's greatest machines, the birth of an icon. The story of the Spitfire begins not on the battlefield but in the turbulent 1930s as the world edged closer to war. Military leaders understood that the next conflict wouldn't be won in the trenches, it would be decided in the skies. Britain needed an aircraft that could dominate aerial combat and secure air superiority. Enter R.J. Mitchell, a visionary engineer at Supermarine. Determined to create something truly groundbreaking, he set out to design a fighter that was not only powerful but also efficient, a machine that could outfly and outfight its adversaries. But innovation comes with challenges. Early prototypes faced engine issues, weight imbalances, and structural weaknesses. At times, it seemed like the Spitfire might never get off the ground. Yet Mitchell and his team were relentless, refining and improving their design at every turn. Their perseverance would soon give birth to one of the most legendary aircraft in history. The key to Spitfire's success lay in the engineering team's commitment to identifying every flaw within early prototypes and their resolve to improve the aircraft's design and performance. The first Spitfire took to the skies on March 5, 1936, and history was made, proving itself to be everything Mitchell and his team had envisioned: sleek, powerful, and unmatched. Little did anyone know that this aircraft was about to change the course of history. Before we dig deeper into the legendary Spitfire, hit that like button and subscribe to Historical Digs. Your support helps us bring untold stories from history back to life. Revolutionary design features. The secret to Spitfire's legendary success lay in its revolutionary design. While its distinctive elliptical wings made it instantly recognizable, its true power came from what was under the hood: the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. This wasn't just any engine, it was a game-changer in fighter aviation. With over 1,000 horsepower, it propelled the Spitfire to speeds exceeding 360 miles per hour, an extraordinary feat for the 1940s. This raw speed and power gave the Spitfire an edge in dogfights, cementing its place as one of the greatest fighter aircraft of all time. The Spitfire's dominance wasn't just about its powerful engine, it was also a masterclass in aerodynamics. Its elliptical wings, while visually striking, weren't designed just for aesthetics. They reduced drag and enhanced lift, allowing pilots to outturn and outclimb their opponents with ease, an invaluable edge in intense dogfights. Paired with its lightweight construction and cutting-edge materials, the Spitfire was a marvel of efficiency and agility, a machine built not just to fly, but to excel. Yet the Spitfire is more than just a wartime icon. It remains a blueprint for modern aviation. Its lightweight yet durable frame, innovative wing design, and aerodynamic efficiency set a new standard, influencing aircraft design for generations. Even today, aerospace engineers study its principles to enhance the aerodynamics of modern fighter jets and civilian aircraft. The Spitfire's role in the Battle of Britain. In 1940, Britain was going through one of the darkest phases of its history, fighting for its life under air raids by the Luftwaffe, determined to crush Britain's defenses. The future of the country hung in the balance. And in the middle of all this chaos were the Spitfires, flown high and mighty by what Winston Churchill famously called the few. The Spitfire became a symbol of hope during the Battle of Britain, with its ability to climb 2,500 feet per minute, reaching enemy altitude in just 4 to 5 minutes. As a nimble interceptor, it could swiftly ascend and engage German bombers before they reached their target altitude, turning it into a nightmare for the enemy forces. With its unmatched agility and firepower, the Spitfire gave the RAF a decisive edge in dogfights. But its impact on the Battle of Britain was more than just tactical. It was symbolic. It wasn't alone in the fight. The Hawker Hurricane, though slower, was a rugged workhorse. Its sturdy design made it ideal for taking on heavily armored bombers, ultimately scoring more enemy kills than the Spitfire during the battle. Dogfights over the English Channel became the stuff of legend. The Spitfire's speed and maneuverability gave British pilots a crucial advantage against the Luftwaffe. But beyond its technical prowess, it became something more, a symbol of defiance, resilience, and hope. Lesser-known facts about the Spitfire. Over 20,000 Spitfires were built, and many were designed for specific missions. For instance, one of the best adaptations of the Spitfire was the reconnaissance variant, stripped of their weapons and fitted with high-tech cameras instead. This variant of the Spitfire flew high and fast, providing essential intelligence, gathering vital information on enemy movements that could flip the course of the battle, often deep behind enemy lines. The Spitfire's legacy wasn't confined to the skies over Britain. Its impact stretched worldwide, with nations like Australia, Canada, and India adopting and modifying it for their own missions. From ground attack to coastal defense, the Spitfire proved its versatility far beyond its original role. And even after World War II ended, the Spitfire continued to serve, cementing its place in aviation history. After the war, Spitfires were used in experimental roles, including testing early jet engine designs. From reconnaissance missions to global service and even post-war advancements, the Spitfire's legacy is far more diverse than most realize. Myths and misconceptions. The Spitfire was a marvel of engineering, but it wasn't without its weaknesses. While it dominated in agility, outmaneuvering most enemy aircraft, early variants struggled against faster and more heavily armed opponents, especially the Focke-Wulf 190, introduced in 1941. This German fighter had superior speed and firepower, forcing Spitfire pilots to rely entirely on their skill and tactics. They had to carefully choose when to engage or disengage, using the aircraft's strengths to counter the Focke-Wulf's advantage at higher altitudes. Ready to bust another myth? The Spitfire is often seen as the lone hero of the Battle of Britain, but that wouldn't be fair to the Hawker Hurricane. While the Spitfire became an icon, it wasn't fighting alone. In reality, the Hurricane played an even greater role, scoring more enemy kills than the Spitfire. Its rugged reliability, along with support from other RAF aircraft, helped form a powerful defensive force against the Luftwaffe. Over time, the Spitfire's fame has overshadowed the contributions of other aircraft. Its speed and agility made it a favorite among pilots, but it was just one part of a much larger effort. The true story of the Battle of Britain isn't about a single aircraft. It's about teamwork, innovation, and the unwavering resilience of those who defended Britain's skies. Legacy of the Spitfire. The Spitfire's legacy didn't end with World War II. Decades after its last combat mission, this legendary fighter remains more than a relic of history. It's a living icon that still takes to the skies. Its presence isn't confined to museums or history books. It continues to inspire, flying high at air shows and restoration hangars around the world. From Duxford in the UK to Oshkosh in the US, restored Spitfires roar back to life at air shows, captivating new generations with their raw power, graceful design, and the unmistakable sound that once dominated wartime skies. But for the veterans who flew them, the Spitfire is more than just a machine. It's a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and the defining moments of their lives. To many, it wasn't just an aircraft, but a trusted companion in battle, an extension of their instincts in the chaos of aerial combat. Some recall the sheer adrenaline of dogfights, while others reflect on the serene moments of soaring above the clouds, experiencing a rare sense of freedom and power. Some legends fade with time, but the Spitfire, it only soars louder. What is the true legacy of the Spitfire? Is it just a remarkable warplane, a masterpiece of engineering, or is it something far greater? The truth is, the Spitfire represents resilience, innovation, and the unwavering courage of those who took to the skies, risking everything in the name of freedom. More than just an aircraft, it stands as a living tribute to history. Every time a Spitfire takes flight, it reminds us of the ingenuity and bravery that defined an era. Once a fierce defender of Britain's skies, it now inspires the next generation of aviators and engineers. The Spitfire is more than metal, rivets, and a roaring engine. It embodies the determination of pilots who pushed the limits, the engineers who defied expectations, and the countless individuals who believed in something greater than themselves. A legend not just remembered, but one that still soars. Thank you for joining us in exploring the immortal truth about the legendary Spitfire. If you enjoy this story, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating tales of aviation history. And don't forget to check out these other videos for more untold stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.